Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I truly believe you're meant to be here. So hit that subscribe. If you click on your screen, if you're on a mobile device, my little face will pop up and you click on my page and the subscribe option will be there. If you're on your computer, you can wiggle. There'll be an option for subscribe. Go and do it. Like I said, I think if you're seeing me, there's a reason you're seeing me. And to be able to see me again, you hit that subscribe and it will tell you when I post videos. Let's start with getting the cat out of the bag if you have been here before and why I've been MIA. Mostly because the world feels heavy right now. Really, really heavy. And I'm a super, super empathetic person, so I feel that heaviness real strong. There is a genocide going on in Palestine. There is ICE agents taking people off the street in America and disappearing them. Our president is a little cray-cray, and by a little, I mean a lot. And there's a lot of cray-cray following him. So you kind of get the gist of me and what I believe in. But that is not how I run my channels, in the sense of I don't usually talk about politics. I don't usually talk about genocide's happening, but it's so heavy right now that I feel it needs to be brought up right away. And that was one of the main reasons I haven't been around for almost 2 months. I was doing a streak where every day I would post what I was doing, and it felt insincere. It also felt like, how am I doing this while all of this is going on in the world? Like, how am I just sitting here and showing you what I ate today and what I trained today while all this is going on in the world? So it felt really hard to come on here and have some chats with you just about triathlon and my races and all of that. But if you know me, or if you've been around, you know how much of a positive person I am and how much I like to put positivity into the world. And my whole idea behind this is making sure there's more joy, love, and the belief that you are meant to be here and that you can. And I think it's needed more now than ever. And I might get emotional. So I will speak on it. I will speak on it here. I will speak on it. I spoke on it a lot on TikTok about the world around me, but I felt like for here, I needed to stick with, just my training, and just because, but that's not who I am as a person. And the people that I follow and watch, the ones that I like the most are the ones that show their realness, and you can tell they feel real and they're not just out there just spewing out whatever words are given to them. So I want to be as real as possible. So I'll talk about it all. It's my life and my channel. I am reading a book right now. It is by the author of Eat, Pray, Love. Let me go grab it so I can actually quote the name of it and the author. It's called Big Magic: Creative Living Beyond Fear, Elizabeth Gilbert. This was written post-pandemic or pre-pandemic and pre-cray-cray, really cray-cray president, I believe, because some of the words are so prolific to what we are going through right now, but that wasn't the case, I don't think, when she was writing it. That's just my opinion. But the reason I bring it up is because in there she talks about her creativity and how she always wanted to be a writer, and it was a dream of hers. And she talks about this time of realizing, of putting her creative work out into the world. And once it's out into the world, it was something that she believed in and wanted to be out there. And obviously, because she's the writer and she's excited about that creativity, it's something that she believes in. But the way people take it, once they read it or once they see it or whatever it may be, it's on them. It's not on you anymore. So if you are projecting joy out into the world and someone takes that differently, or you tell a story but they interpret it in a different way, that's what creativity and sharing art is. And a lot of being online is that, and the influencer sphere, you can really see where you can interpret people's works in different ways. I want to be so clear in my creativity that you never like question my morals or where I stand on things, but you could always interpret other things in different ways. If I do a dance or sing a song, you could not like it, and that's okay. Yeah, so it kind of inspired me to be like, hey, I need to put this out there, and if people don't like it, then that's on them, right? So yeah. So for new people and for the people who have been around, just a little catching up. I did have that back injury that took me from doing my my run streak. I was running every day. I made it to, I think, 160 days, somewhere in that area. And then I was having a couple days where I couldn't even stand up straight. My back was tightening up. I had this severe pain. I did go get x-rays and MRI. They found that like one of my vertebrae are too close together, not enough spacing. It can lead to degenerative disc disease is what it's called. But that's not what I have right now. So I'm going to keep working PT, keep stretching, and we're still going after our third Ironman. We may not be able to get to that goal of an 11-hour Ironman this time, but it is still a goal of mine. Right now, if I could get under 12 hours with the times that I'm thinking in my brain, I would be super, super stoked, especially with that little bit of time I had to take off for injury and with the worry in my brain about injury. So we are going after Ironman 3. It is 23 days away. So for the next few weeks, our videos are going to be super focused on that, on triathlon, answering questions about Ironman California, because this will be my third time doing it, and what my training is looking like and what I'm doing in the 3 weeks leading up to Speaking of injury and training, I did attempt they call it a race rehearsal ride last week, and I was supposed to go for 6 hours. I ended up going a little bit over 4. I got like 62 or 63 miles in, and my back was starting to tighten up, so my brain went a little haywire, and I was like, I'm going to cut it there because I'm going to do another race rehearsal next week. Excuse me. And weather's going to be a little bit cooler then. And I have been feeling really, really good the last week. So I think it was a good decision not to keep going during that race rehearsal. Tomorrow we only have a 3.5 hour ride, but on Sunday, I'm doing my longest run. I'm supposed to do 2.5 hours, but I really want to aim for getting around that 15-mile area. So I might go a little longer than the 2.5 hours just to get mentally closer to that 20-mile mark. I'm okay with not running a 20-miler before a marathon that's going to be in an Ironman. If I was specifically trying to run a marathon and just doing marathon training, then I would. But all the mileage and endurance that you build up throughout your biking and running over the months of training, you don't always necessarily need a 20-miler or an 18-miler. Just mentally, for me, I really like to get a little bit beyond that halfway mark, just to see how I feel beyond that halfway mark, because then if there's 10, 11 miles left, you can huff through those, right? So that's our training plan for the next few weeks. I'm going to try to get my stomach kind of figured out because I'm still always working on that. And yeah, streaks. That was something we were doing and talking about. So I've been doing streaks in the sense of I did 75 hard once like 3 or 4 years ago, and did something 75 days in a row. I would never recommend it. I would never do it again. But one of the things I pulled from it is just like writing down when you do something every day. And I was doing my vlogs, which I am going to start another streak, but it's not going to be as like, I'm just going to try to vlog more, essentially. I have been reading for 130 days straight, and how many ever days it's been since April 14th, I've washed my face every night. So I'm super proud of that. Yeah, I'm working on some others. So what should we streak on? I don't know. We'll see. Definitely, I want to vlog more. I want to post at least a short every day on YouTube because I want to grow my following here. I have a big following, at least big for me in my mind, 10,000 over on TikTok, and I can only dream of that here, because in the YouTube world, that's 200,000, 500,000 over in the TikTok world. The way the algorithm worked over there was a whole lot different. Anyways, here nor there. If you're doing Ironman California, if you're doing an upcoming Ironman, drop some comments below on like a video suggestion you might like, a question, a few questions. I'm going to go on Facebook and kind of steal some questions off of like the beginner triathlon group and from our Ironman California page where people ask questions. Next week, I am definitely going to do Ironman California related things right up front, kind of probably do like a swim, bike, run, separate videos on that. And also do like a just general Ironman California because I'm not an expert on it, but I've done it for 2 years now. They did change the run up a little bit this year, so I won't be able to speak on it, but I'll still be able to speak on the race in general. And yeah, that's what the videos coming up will look like. And I'm super stoked. And I have, even though the world is heavy, I have this calmness about me and I don't know where it's coming from. So I'm going to keep it for right now. I said in my run video this morning that I'm worried about injury and that will always like stick in the back of my mind, but I'm still like, I think it's because this is my third time going into this race. I'm super calm about that. Me and my hubby are in a really good place right now where we're trying to save up and pay off some debt and possibly move back to one of our favorite places, the beach. I love the ocean, and sunrises, sunsets, and trees are some of my favorite things, but there's nothing better than an ocean wave in my mind. So it was always a goal for us to get back there, but we're kind of trying to feel it out sooner than later. So I'm hoping I can motivate anybody watching this. I'm hoping I can bring some joy, some calmness, some advice, anything that you're wanting to get out of a video. I hope that brings to you. We were talking about that book, and she was telling a story about how she wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And at one of her book tours or something, someone came up to her and told her this story off the wall of how it helped her get through her divorce because she saw her go through her divorce and stuff in the book. And what was crazy is that didn't happen. Like that, it wasn't in the book that way or written that way or anything. But this person took that as their personal strength from it. And of course, she doesn't want to take that away from her. And my goal always is to give you some kind of personal strength, whatever you can take away from my story. If you're new here and you haven't heard my story, I'm also a pulmonary embolism survivor, and a thyroid cancer survivor. And that's a huge part of my story that I like to motivate people that have survived and got beyond a disease or some kind of big health issue. So yeah, I'm also a woman in the sports world and I like talking about that. I'm also a 6 foot tall, 220 pound woman in the sports world. So I like to kind of motivate people in that. Yeah. Something I like to remind you every video is do not let your I want to's turn into I can'ts. And I've realized over the last couple months, I was letting that happen and I'm not going to. I am going to be YouTube famous one day. You're hearing it here first. So, and that's my interpretation of famous. That could be freaking 5,000 followers to me. But I'm also wanting to meet more people and celebrate them in different ways. So I have some ideas behind that. And don't let your I want to's turn I can'ts. I like to remind you that I'm super, super proud of you. And I for sure promise I will check in very, very soon.